Hello, welcome. This is New Vision TV. I am Ruth Naseje. The conduct of NRM officials in the presence of Alhaj Moses Chigongo during a meeting at State House to pick the party candidates for the East African Legislative Assembly could be an indication of a generational shift in values. But since Chigongo is actually the incumbent first national vice chairman of the NRM, what else could be behind the Babali conduct he was subjected to? To help you make your assessment, New Vision TV traces Moses Chigongo's role in building national institutions and the party.
Alhaji Moses Chigongo was a young businessman trading between Nairobi and Kampala by the time the Liberation Guerrilla War was launched in February 1981. He immediately signed up and went to the bush. Given his status from the business community, he soon became the top administrator of the NRA in the bush. Following the demise of the first chairman of the NRM, Professor Yusuf Ulule, Commander Yoweri Museveni became chairman and Chigongo the vice chairman. The two incumbents were confirmed in their positions when Kampala was falling and they were about to form government. When the NRM took power in January 1986, Chairman Museveni, being President of the Republic, could not chair the 38-member policy organ called the NRC, which became the country's legislature. So Vice Chairman Chigongo became the full-time Speaker of the National Assembly. This could explain why, although Chigongo was in the bush throughout the war with the commandants, he never picked a military rank and did not wear any fatigues in public. So he immediately became the civil face of the NRM. For over 10 years, Chigongo chaired Parliament, thereby presiding over the process of transforming the state from a military, revolutionary machine to a constitutional order. The Chigongo-led House enacted the laws for setting up the Constitutional Commission that was led by Justice Benjamin Odochi that gathered people's views and drafted the 1995 Constitution. They created the parliamentary structures and committees that we have today. They set up institutions like the Inspectorate of Government, known as the IGG. They created different authorities like URA. They created the legal framework for transforming the economy from heavy state involvement to liberalization, including privatization. Most importantly, the Chigongo-led House legislated for the creation of a parallel legislature, the Constituent Assembly, which was directly elected, debated, and promulgated. The 1995 Constitution. The Constitutional Assembly was chaired by James Wapakabulo, who went on to succeed Chigongo as Speaker of the post-1995 Parliament. The 1995 Constitution remained intact until 1995 when several amendments were made on it, long after Chigongo had left legislative work. After 1995, Chigongo immersed himself fully into serving the NRM. He chaired the first elect Museveni task force that led President Museveni to victory, defeating the Maria Mutagamba-led coalition that managed Paulo Simogere's campaign in Uganda's first direct presidential elections. In 2000, Dr. Chiza Besje mounted a surprise challenge to President Museveni, said to be the toughest Museveni ever faced against his position as president. Moses Chigongo again led Museveni's task force and managed to lead Team Museveni to a hard-won victory in 2001 over Besje's reform agenda that had ferocious fighters like Betty Kamya, Winnie Byanyima, and Anne Mugisha.
He has scored more than 50%, which is stipulated in the law, and therefore Mr. Museveni is the next president of the Republic of Uganda when the first term of the president expires on 11th May.
But even as the 2001 electoral campaign raged, Chigongo kept preaching reconciliation and tolerance, constantly reminding the NRM headliners that the people in the opposition camp remained Ugandans with the same rights as those in the mainstream NRM. He has maintained the same line ever since. Chigongo has repeatedly been re-elected first national vice chairman of the NRM, a position he holds to date in which capacity he stands in for Chairman Museveni in managing party affairs.
I'm glad you're still watching New Vision TV, and in our daily Pearl of Africa series, we take a look at Itanda Falls. Itanda Falls is located in Jinja district along the Nile River. It is known as the most hidden jewels of Uganda because getting to where it is situated is not easy. However, the falls offer various activities like rafting, boat riding, sightseeing, and also a memorable vacation. Let's take a look.
It is never easy for those who are not immediate locals to find Itanda Falls, but when you reach here, the sight is incredible. This hidden treasure in the Pearl of Africa, particularly in Jinja district, is located along the River Nile. Just like rapid speed of water at the Nile, Itanda's water pushes through the rocks as it flows. Visitors to these falls engage in rafting, and the brave ones even swim. But the rocks are very slippery because of the moss that grows on them. The sharp rocks and the rocket-like current can trap even the most experienced. But nevertheless, Itanda Falls is a place to be.
And that's all we had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more of your news updates on your mobile phone, on your desktop, on your tablet, and anywhere on the go. And remember, New Vision TV is an online news television. I am Ruth Naseje.